the River State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, has declared that there is credible intelligence that some mercenaries and thugs have been hired from outside the state in disguise of protest to destroy valuable infrastructure in the state. Now, the governor said that such plot was ticking despite the resolve of Rivers residents not to participate in the planned 10-day nationwide protest scheduled to begin on August 1. Now, before we continue, he stated something, the resolve of the River State residents not to participate in the protest. You're a resident of River State. Did you get that memo?
Well, our governor is the leader of Rivers people when it has to do with what should happen and what not to happen as the chief security officer and the chief executive officer of Rivers State. I heard that there was a town hall meeting orchestrated by the Rivers State government with civil society. You know, last time I came here, I commended the Minister of FCT and encouraged that other state governors should equally take a lead by ensuring that there should be a town hall meeting with stakeholders, with civil society, so that they can actually dialogue and discuss the way forward for a better governance and a better Nigeria. So I'd like to commend His Excellency for that good initiatives. Talking about Rivers State now, and other governors who have equally done same. Now, the governor's statement in terms of there is...
The residents agreeing not to protest. That's
that's part of his statement.
And that's the part we're focusing on now. We'll continue with the other parts after a while. Yes.
Well, if the governor says the residents of Rivers have agreed,
yes.
You know, he speaks on behalf of Rivers people politically.
You're a resident of Rivers State.
I will not disagree with my governor if he said we already gave him a mandate to speak for us. We already gave him a mandate to represent us. So if my governor have said, His Excellency, that Rivers people have agreed.
So you agree that you agreed
in the protests. On the area of the protest, well, I like to submit my
agreement to the governor.
Agreement to His Excellency.
All right,
as we further progress the discussion.
Did you also get the memo where Rivers residents agree not to protest?
Well, as for the last time I checked, I'm aware that people are already on the streets, you know, planning to, you know, take off for the protest. In as much as I know that the governor is a man of peace, the governor is somebody that wouldn't want people to, you know, take laws into their hands. You know, the governor also said in that particular stakeholders meeting that he's not telling people not to come out to protest, that they should go about it peacefully, and he also admonished the police and other security agencies not to shoot at protesters. These were the, you know, statements of the governor yesterday. So for me, I don't want to, you know, completely agree that residents of Rivers States have resolved not to be part of the protest.
All right.
You know, so for me, I think the governor is only trying to, you know, advise people to be peaceful.
That's just a part of the statement. We'll get to the other part of the statement now. Now, Fubara also made the revelation when he addressed representatives of civil society organizations, stakeholders of National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, Rivers State Ethnic and Youth Group, and Port Harcourt Motor Spare Part Dealers Union, Ikoko branch, amongst others, in the banquet hall of Government House in Port Harcourt on Wednesday. Now, the governor, in a statement signed by his chief press secretary, Nelson Chukwudi, insisted that several public activities of the self-styled detractors over the last month were clear indications that Rivers had unrepentant enemies who would do everything possible within their means to destabilize the state. Now, he said in his words, and I quote, "You are already aware of the political situation of our state, where people are looking for every avenue to destabilize the state. We don't need to give them that opportunity to carry out that act." And that is the reason why I, representing the government and the service commanders, have always been in touch with you all, pleading that we should shelve this protest. And even if you have to do it, we should do it in a way and manner that it will not get out of control. With this statement about the intelligence report being that some people are bringing in thugs from other states into River States to hijack the protest. And now, according to what Mufasa said earlier, people are already converging at the venue of the protest. It means that people are ready to actually take that walk peacefully. But then these thugs who the government has said are coming from outside the state, let's get your reaction to this.
Well, we'll get to know whether those who are converging are the thugs that the governor talks about, because if he has actually concluded that Rivers residents have agreed, so the big question is, who are those converging? Are they now the thugs that His Excellency is referring to? So we'll get to know as the day progresses if it is same Rivers resident that have agreed with His Excellency not to get involved with the protest. Now, I also like to say that most times the speeches and the statements of our governors and our leaders, the last time we talked about the governor of Benue, saying Abuja-based politicians. Now, we are now referring to the governor of Rivers State, our governor, that talks have been contracted to hijack the process from intelligence reports. Now, for Rivers State, if as a governor you are aware that some people have contracted talks, tell us the names of the people who have contracted these talks that wants to sabotage the peaceful protests. What have you done? Have you written to the Commissioner of Police or the IGP? Have you prepared a prosecution, process? Because your duty as a governor is to protect lives and properties of citizens. So if any person is fingered to be a sponsor of criminals, thugs, or whatever you may call them, to hijack the peaceful protests, then you should be able to tell us that men and brethren of Rivers State, President of Nigeria, Mr. this and that, Mrs. this and that, have planned, have contracted some hoodlums, some thugs to destabilize the state in the guise of what? Protests. So I'd like to see His Excellency make bold and mention some of these things so that the reactive nature of our leaders most times is what is not very encouraging. I want to see our governors being proactive on issues, especially when it has to do with great security interests. So, His Excellency, the information you have given to us by the fact that you are aware by intelligence, a credible intelligence report, right? It means that it's very verifiable. It means that it's very, very relatively truthful. And these verifiable intelligence reports are not traced to spirits. Even if it's traced to spirit, every spirit has a name. But if it's traced to human being, they also have a name. So Rivers people and Nigerians will want to know those who are responsible for this ill plan of thuggery to destabilize the state peacefully.
All right, Mufasa.
Well, thank you very much. For me, I want to start by saying that honestly speaking, I am aware that criminal elements and some unforeseen you know, unforeseen persons, you know, definitely do not want the people to come out. And if the governor has come out to say, in the presence of security, you know, operatives, because I'm sure when the governor was making that statement, the commissioner of police was there, the head of JSS was there, and some other relevant security heads were also present at the stakeholders meeting, and they know what to do. You know, the governor can only provide information, you know, to the extent of a need-to-know basis. Then it's not left for security operatives to work on such intelligence and unravel, identify those criminal elements and their sponsors. So for me, I do not think it would be appropriate to say that the governor should begin to name the names of you know, those who, you know, he has perceived to have gone out their way to get talks to disrupt the protest.
You don't think that's necessary information?
Now he has provided what is necessary. That is even in other states. The state governors have equally made similar statements. Even the presidency has also made statements like this, that in fact they will make references to elements outside the country. They didn't mention names. They only say they are aware. They are aware that elements outside the country are trying to topple the government. They didn't come out with any names. So it is not left for those security apparatus, for the agents who are responsible to carry out intelligence you know, investigation and unmask these individuals. And unless that is done, I think, you know, what is in public domain now is, you know, to the best of our knowledge. And then again, I also do not want to agree with, though he said the people gathering now could be the thugs, but at least the last time I checked, I have people on the grounds, you know, who have decided to come out, which is not a bad thing, to come out to say that we must demand good governance, you know, from our leaders. And those people who are currently gathering, at least I know most of them, these are respected, you know, people with dignity and reputation that have gathered to say we'll make this work and we'll do it peacefully. So if the governor has said this and that, and, you know, security operatives were there, I think it will be proper for them to do what is necessary by going out to ensure that these criminal elements don't infiltrate the peaceful work, because that is the sole responsibility of the police and other security operatives, to provide security for protesters. It is our constitutionally guaranteed right. You don't need permission from anybody to protest. You don't need permission even from the governor to protest. What you just need to do is to notify the authorities that you are protesting, and you do it, you know, in the most peaceful and decorous manner as possible, and the police must be there to protect you. So if there are elements who want to sabotage this peaceful work, if they are there lurking around, hibernating somewhere, the police should do their job and go after them and ensure that there is no breakdown of law and order.
So pointing of fingers and more, like Mufasa said, it's not something that we expect from the government. It's something that we expect from the security agencies.
No. Whosoever that have informed His Excellency, to the best of my knowledge, His Excellency is not a spirit. He works with information. And probably it could be information that are given to him by political allies or by residents or by the security operatives. So whatever is his source of credible intelligence reports, it is traceable to some persons. So what we like to see, there was a time we learned that His Excellency P2B was alleged, right? Has been part of the sponsor. Atiku Abubakar was also alleged, right? So they clearly mentioned them. So how big is the person that wants to cause insecurity and you feel the law bars you?
Mufasa feels like that information is not for us. It is for the security operatives and they should make do with it as it's
there's no challenge. If for the sake of security proactiveness, maybe to get hold of those people, I don't say no to it. The security knows what best to do. But all what we are saying is that it should not be a vague statement. It should be a statement that is provable at the end of the day, so that we can know that this and these persons are in the act of trying to cause, crisis, using the protests as an excuse. That's what we just want to know. And if it is, they said, hired people, who are the people hiring them? Because the governor has justified us as Rivers people who have completely agreed that there will be no violence in Rivers State. We have agreed that there will be no violence, that we will not protest. That's the statement of our chief representative saying so. And I told you here that I agree with him that we have agreed, because he's my governor, even though I was not in any meeting with him, that we agreed that there should be no protest. But because he's my governor, I cannot stay here and say my governor has not spoken well. He's my governor. So whatever the governor have said, I agree.
It's not about saying your governor has not spoken well. It was a simple question that I asked earlier. The governor has said that the residents of River State, have agreed that we were not going to protest. You're a resident of River State. Did you get the memo? Yes or no?
No,
but we're not going back to that. Because you had to take us round a very big circle before you came down and said
I must not. For my governor to take my allocation, he doesn't call for meeting. So there are decisions that governor takes. Because you believe the governor took the decision on behalf of the residents of River State? Yes, of course. He has that capacity.
Oh, so he has the capacity to take the decision right, on behalf of the people of River State. Do you believe that the governor has a capacity, like he has said, to say, he makes the decision as the people, residents of River State?
I don't think it's about the governor. I think it's about the people. I think we should understand that the people, the people have more, how do they put it now? That the power of the people is greater than the people in power. I understand the position of the governor. Like I've said before, in fact, there was no governor within and around the 36 states of this country that has come out to say that my people go and protest. They are only trying to, soften the ground. Like I've said before, nobody, even the governor, knows that they can't stop people from coming out if they so desire to come out. It is their right to come out. But if you must come out, do it peacefully. The governor said so. That if you must come out, if there is a resolve that nobody should come out, I'm sure the governor will not put that caveat by saying that there's nothing wrong in protest. He said so. If you must come out, do it peacefully without breaking the law. The governor understands what democracy is. So I do not think it would be entirely correct to say that, the governor, has said that. Because this is semantics. It's perception, rather. It depends on how you perceive the statement of the governor. The governor will not say, come out and protest. But he has said that, in as much as we wouldn't want you people to come out, but you have a right to come out. And if you are coming out, please be peaceful, be decorous, be orderly, and equally advise the police that don't shoot at protesters. That if they come out, don't shoot at them, don't attack them, because without them, you won't have us. He said it, that without the people, there won't be government, there won't be governance. So, by and large, for me, I think the governor has actually not said anything wrong. But I also believe, and I know, that the governor has not said that people shouldn't come out to protest.
All right.
Let me just lay a word.
Okay.
The governor did not say that there should be no protest in River State.
No, but you said that he has resolved that.
No, the governor said, I quote, that Rivers residents have decided that there should be no protest. They will not protest. Is that correct? And the governor also said that some people have been hired. Is that correct?
No. Let us look at the entire. Let us not try to pick and choose.
What we are.
The governor said a lot of things, and amongst everything that he has said, as I said, perception. He said people have resolved, and you also said that if everybody got the memo, it's not possible that everybody will get the memo. Resolution by the people, if you want to go by it, it has to be a session where everybody is called upon, and there's an aggregate.
Everybody cannot be called upon. And the
question
was not if everybody got. The question was, did you get the memo?
And he has agreed. He has said that not everybody. So the governor, like I've said, the other governors have equally said the same thing. It's not. Let us not narrow it that the governor doesn't want to protest.
Mr. Mustafa, I will not sit here and watch you challenge my governor.
No, I'm not challenging the governor. Let us. But I want you to know. I want you to know, and I want our viewers to know that I am not here to challenge the governor. Right. The governor is somebody that I respect and I support and I love so much. I don't just want us to misinterpret what the governor said.
What I'm trying to say is that the governor has the power to speak for Rivers people, and he has spoken on our behalf based on the mandates we gave to him. He said Rivers residents have resolved, unless he's been misquoted. And then he equally said that some people have been hired, right, to come and use under the disguise of protest to cause problem in Rivers State. Is that correct? So it's possible, like I mentioned here, that those whom my brother is suspecting to be protesters, maybe they could be the ones that have been hired.
And
they are not a Rivers resident. Maybe those people too don't reside in Rivers State. Because I want to say categorically that if you are living in Lagos, Abuja, you are free to come and protest. But by the position of our governor, we Rivers residents should not protest because our governor has spoken on our behalf. So that's the point I'm trying to make. So anybody who is protesting today by the statement of our governor is not a respectful.
That's your position.
Okay.
With all due respect, no, that is your position. It's your perception. That's not the position of government. I am telling you for free that is not the position of the governor.
Are you speaking for the governor?
I am telling you for free. The governor has said that people have resolved, and he's speaking as a leader. I've equally said here that the power of the people is greater than the people in power. The governor can say that. The people can still decide to say we are coming out. That was why the governor said it's still in that same event. The governor also said that if you are coming out, the governor didn't say you mustn't come out. He said, in as much as I have given my advice, my position as a governor, but if you must come out, you must be peaceful, you must be orderly, and equally advise the police. I'm coming. Let me just land. He advised the police that if these people come out, don't attack them. Don't shoot at them because they have a right to come out. So the governor did not say, don't come. Let us not begin to try to cherry pick and all of that.
Thank you so much for clarifying that. Thank you also, Ambassador Eki. But I hope you got the statement of the governor now.
My own is the
governor did not say if you come out, it means that
you are a dog or you are against the state or you come out.
If you now say that we should put it this way, I am only speaking based on what we are being told that the governor said. But if anybody wants to protest, for the respect we have on our governor, I want to say that His Excellency, don't be angry. Some residents of Rivers State still want to protest.
Which he is not completely against.
As they are going to protest, your advice on the police should be adhered.
All right.
And then your advice on those who want to protest on the issue of not being unlawful or not destroying things should also be adhered. But to sit down and say, my governor have said, we have decided not to protest, and I still go and protest, it means I'm challenging my governor.
Okay, your thoughts definitely.